I am so you are here. So, guys, as you come on into this live stream, if you would put your name in the comment box and the city that you are watching from. I love to shout you out directly. And again, welcome to the Create Your Financial Plan Challenge. And today is actually day number two. Day number two. And so today, guys, we're going to be talking about how to attract more income. How to attract more income. That's what we're going to be talking about today as it relates to your financial plan. So, again, if this is your first time joining, please put your name in the comment box. I love to shout you out. My name is Alex. I help families get over their fear, anxiety, and doubts about money so they can live their best life and leave a legacy for their family. And so that's my goal. That's what I do. And my mission is to help as many families as possible get to a place of having financial security, having financial freedom, so they can really, really, truly live their best life. So if you're joining me this evening, you may want to know, who is this for? This is for anyone who wants more income, who wants to save more, who wants to make more money, who wants to invest more. Okay? And anybody who wants to protect their hard-earned assets. You work hard for your money. You work hard for your house and the assets and the things that you have. And so you want to make sure that you protect your assets and that you're able to leave a legacy for your family. So if this is your first time joining in the challenge, some of you may be wondering, hey, what is this all about? Why am I doing this? So I'm doing this challenge, the financial plan or FIRE financial plan challenge, for the next 7 days or so. And the whole goal is this. I realize people are struggling when it comes to their finances. Many of us have fear, we have anxiety, we have doubts. We might even have a sense of embarrassment because of past money mistakes. And many times, the feelings that we have that's associated with our money, it keeps us from getting the information. It keeps us from getting the knowledge and the resources that we need in order that we might be able to build up financial resources and build up some security. And so I realize that people are struggling in this area. You may be a little bit overwhelmed and confused about, how do I get to a place of really, really being able to have financial resources. I understand, secondly, that no one is talking to us. Who is us? People who are between the ages of 40 and 56. This is called Generation X. Most of the information that you see online, you read in books, is really going to be geared towards millennials and Generation Z. No one is talking to those people who are Gen X people. The age is between 40 and 56. Those people who may have college age kids, kids who are in college or soon to be going to college. You might have even aging parents, right? And who might be putting a squeeze on your income. And how do we begin to support both our children and possibly even our parents? And how do we begin to set ourselves up so we have a retirement that we can look for or look forward to? I understand that 50% of Americans have less than $600 in savings. $600 in savings. And 57% have less than $1,000. We know that women aren't fairly paid when you compare men to women in terms of their income. And so we know there's such a great need in this area. That's the reason why I'm talking about this thing. And that's the reason why I'm doing this challenge. My desire is to make sure that you get the information that you truly need to really live your full and your best life. So if you want to have some financial security, if you want to have financial independence, it all starts with the financial plan. It's all about the financial plan, right? And in order for your financial plan to be effective, for it to be powerful, and for it to be something that's going to keep you on track, guys, um, there are several components that you absolutely must have. And the first thing that you actually must have is what I'm going to be talking about tonight, which is a strategy or a plan for how you earn your money. You might hear me say this all the time. All money is not equal. How you earn your money makes a huge, huge difference. Um, and so, for example, if you are an employee, right, your taxes, you're actually taxed more than the business owner, you're taxed more than the investor, you're taxed more than the person who is self employed. So it stands to reason that how you earn your money makes a huge difference on how much you actually are able to keep or bring home into your household. So we have to talk about how do you begin to put together a financial plan or strategy that addresses how you earn your income, how you generate money. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm talking about this tonight and why I'm starting there. Hey, Miss Meeks, how you doing? So tonight, I want to first ask you a couple questions. First, how in order for you to be able to have an effective financial plan, in order for you to have a plan that's going to give you financial independence and hopefully have you retire well, the first thing that you have to do is you have to learn about money. You have to learn about money. That is the first thing. So what am I talking about? Let me ask you, what is money? What is money? Have you guys given any thought to money? I love to hear some of your thoughts as well. So, what is money exactly? We call it currency. We call it currency. And the reason why it's called currency is because money flows. Money is always flowing, right? We talk about how much money is in circulation. We talk about the economy. We talk about banking center, the banking world, the banking institutions, and those things are all about money and how money flows, how it circulates, right? And so what we find is when we start asking ourselves the question, what is money? Money is nothing more than a representation of energy. It's a representation of energy. So as energy flows throughout the world, throughout the economy, right? As money flows, we know that there are people, there are companies that seem to be better at attracting more money. Is that not true? Is that not true? And so one of the reasons why some people, some companies, some people in particular are able to generate more income is because they understand the very nature of what money is and what it's all about. And money is nothing more than energy. Money is energy. Money is the physical representation of an exchange, a medium of exchange from one person to the next, from one company to the next, that represents an exchange. When an exchange happens for a good, a product, a service, knowledge, information, or what have you, there is an exchange that happens. The good or the service goes to one person, transfers from the first person, and in exchange, money is often the compensation that's made for that particular exchange. So when you understand that money is flowing around in abundance, When you understand that money is floating all around you, whether it be hard earned money, whether it be dollars, ones, and zeros in a digital account, it's all the same. And it says that money is flowing to particular people because energy is going to them. Money is looking for people that it that can use money well. Money is looking for people who know how to use it, who know how to build it, who know how to attract it, who know how to make it grow and use it to its highest potential. So, the first thing that we absolutely must do if we want to be able to generate more income is we need to understand how money works. We need to understand the nature of what it is that we're trying to attract. And if you don't understand that, it's going to be difficult for you to get more of it, right? And so the first thing that we really need to know and really understand is money is energy. And the more you're able to attract it, the more energy that you're able to put out there in the atmosphere, then the more you're going to be able to attract money. Okay. The second thing that we absolutely must do if we want to be able to have multiple streams of income, passive streams of income, if we want to double or triple our cash flow or our income, we have to change how we think about money. Let me ask you something. Do you know somebody who always seems to have money? It doesn't mean that the person has to have, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They got to have driving fancy cars and going to clubs and all. I'm not saying necessarily like that. I'm just saying just regular, ordinary people who just never seem to be in a place where they don't have enough. See, those people understand something a little bit about money. They understand what it takes to attract it. They understand what it takes to be a good steward over it. They understand what it means to use it well. Some people really, really understand, and they have this belief and this nature about money, and they never seem to lack anything, right? And so there are two types of people. You have people who are attractors, and you have detractors. So let me share with you the difference. People who attract money are called attractors. Okay, they seem to have a certain belief and a certain energy where money is always coming to them. They believe and they feel that money flows easily to them in abundance. But somebody who's different, a detractor, someone who doesn't attract, the opposite of attract, somebody who is a detractor, they always think, man, money is tight. Man, I just can't seem to, I can't, I'm broke, dog. I ain't got it today. And they always in this state of up and down, up and down. Sometimes they have money, sometimes they don't. Right? Attractors, they always feel like there's more than enough to go around. And people who are detractors, they always kind of approach things from the perspective of lack, kind of like a poverty or scarcity mentality, that there's not enough to go around. So they act in accordance with that. The relationships that they build with people, they a lot of times they don't keep up with their financial obligations because when they have money they want to keep it and hold on to it, and instead of meeting their financial obligations, I'm gonna hold on to this, I'm gonna hoard this, and they wind up spending it on something else. There's something about people who attract money and some people who repel money altogether. People who attract money They always have a plan for attracting more of what they want. Detractors are people who say things like, "I can't afford it. I don't have it. I can never see myself really, being able to buy that, or that's too expensive." That's the kind of language that detractors use. Attractors will say, "I use money wisely to build wealth." Detractors say things like, "I spend money. Man, I spend money. I go broke. I'm gonna spend a rack on that. I'm gonna have to spend some bands on that." But that's the language of people who detract. They're not attracting a whole bunch of money. Okay. So what's the third thing that you need to do if you want to be able to generate more income and build up your income? Remember earlier I talked about money being currency and it's always flowing? The third thing that you have to do is you have to get in the flow and deliver value. So, people who are able to deliver value are those people who always get paid. So, let's look at it. Let's look at it and say, for instance, let me just use an extreme case. Drake, for instance. People, entertainers, basketball players, and sports players, and other people like that. Those are people who deliver a high degree of value. In this case, we're talking about entertainment value. And because they have what? A specialized skill, right? They have the ability to deliver value that other people can't. They have the ability to do things that other people can't do. And so for that reason, they are what? Highly paid. So if we move from entertainment, we say somebody who's a lawyer. We're talking about a doctor, or we're just talking about some person who is an online marketer, right? So we're talking about somebody who has a special, a specialized skill set where they're able to deliver value to a group of people. So number one, the value they deliver is high, or they're able to solve a problem, issue, or challenge that a lot of people have. That's another way of delivering value. For people who are able to do that, who see there are a large number of people who have a particular challenge or a particular problem, and if they're able to provide a solution to those people, then those people tend to get paid very well also. So when we talk about value, value is when you're able to solve some problem, issue, or challenge that someone has, or you're able to deliver something to them that they need that is in that has a greater desirability than the money that they have. So what happens is when somebody gets value, right? That's when they're willing to pay more money. So you want to look for places where you're able to deliver more value to people, where you're able to solve a problem or a challenge they have, where you have something that's unique to a particular person or to a market, to the marketplace. See, part of the challenge that we have is if we have a job, what we have now done is we have decided to sell our skill set and our value. We have decided to sell it to one person, to one company. And as a result, now we're fixed and we only get what that particular person or that particular company is willing to pay us, right? It's not until you decide to what? Look for another job, or you decide to go out there and you start putting your resume out there, and then you have what? Other people, other companies who want to pay more for your services and for your experience and your value, right? And then what happens? Your value goes up. The one company wants to attract you to their company. The other company might want to keep you. So they might be willing to match or pay more. You see, value skill set, when you're able to give it to more people or make it available to more people, then the pricing goes up. You have more value. But because many of us oftentimes are working with one company in particular, now we put ourselves in a place where we're not able to truly get our true worth or our true value because we work for one company. So what we want to do is we want to be able to think about this differently. And you want to be able to ask yourself, how can I deliver more value to more people? How can I take the skill set that I have and make it available to some other folks? Right? Or what things can I put in place that will deliver more value to more people? See, that's when you start developing, when you start putting in place assets that create for you passive income. So now you're not trading your hours for dollars. The more you continue to trade your hours for dollars to one particular company, your value is always going to remain low. But if you're able to move around a little bit, put your skill sets in the marketplace, or sell your skill sets to more people, you're going to be able to increase your value. In addition to that, if you're able to put assets in place that can be working for you when you're on your main gig, when you sleep at night, when you are on vacation, now you're creating passive streams of income that continue to pay you. And that's what we really want to create in our financial plan. All right? Is this making sense, guys? Let me know if this is making sense. Let me see. I can't see my. Yeah. Hey, Rosa, how you doing? Yep. Yep. Delivering value while nurturing that professional relationship. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what we're talking about again is we have to, in our financial plan, we want to first of all have a different thinking, a different understanding of what money is. Okay? Of what money is. And once we begin to understand the true nature of what money is, stored energy, it is currency and it's always flowing and it's flowing in abundance. When we begin to understand that Jeff Bezos is worth somewhere around $160 billion, a person can't reasonably spend $100 billion, not in a reasonable way. And so if someone thinks that money is scarce, that is limited, that is absolutely false. That is one of the biggest lies in the world. That's number one. And then number two, that means you're doing nothing but stopping your flow. You have essentially told the universe, I do not have the ability to think positively and in a way that affirms my ability to attract, to handle, and to manage money well. And so as a result, the university is not going to give you much. You're not going to attract more income. It's just not going to happen. So in your financial plan, we have to be thinking again. We have to understand that money is in abundance. It's always flowing all around us. And we have to make sure that we say in our financial plan, how am I going to attract more of it to me? And the way that we do that is we attract more of it to us by delivering more value to the marketplace, more value to the universe. And the more that we're able to do that, the more we have that comes to us, the more that begins to see us as a desirable receiver of wealth, right? And not until the universe begins to see you in that way will you begin to attract money. And it's easy, but it starts here. It starts with your thinking. It starts with saying, hey, I am, first of all, worthy of having it. I understand what money is. I understand that it's energy and it is always flowing. And I understand how to harness it. And I understand how to use it well in a way that builds wealth, in a way that adds value to the universe. And when you think about it in those terms, now you're beginning to put yourself in a place where you can win with money and generate more income. So, number three, I said you want to be able to get in the flow and deliver value. What I'm trying to do right now is with this challenge is I'm trying to get in the flow. The flow is one flow is I want to get into your Facebook stream. I want to get into your YouTube stream, right? I want to get into your Instagram feed. Okay? And that's part of the flow. That's information flow, right? And so if I'm able to insert myself in that flow, there's an opportunity to what? Deliver value. In addition to that, if you think about, I want people when they're at home at night, when they're thinking about their finances, when they're thinking about how am I going to use this money that I'm about to spend? Am I using it wisely to build wealth, or am I going to use it in a way that does not build wealth for me? I want to insert my philosophies and perspective and inform that person's thinking in their thought process, in their thought flow. See, I'm trying to get in the flow. I want people to think differently about their money if they have not been able to attract much of it or hold on to much of it or have it build wealth for them. I want to be in the thought flow. So there's the social media flow and there's the thought flow. And I want to deliver value in both of those areas. Okay? Because why? Number four. Because I understand if somebody really wants to be able to attract more wealth, to have more income, that they must, number four, create a financial plan. So let me ask you guys, be honest with me. You're gonna be honest with me, right? Do you have a financial plan? Do you have a written, proven strategy for generating more income to yourself and to your household? Be honest, right? To be honest, studies show that only about 32% of the population really does have a financial plan. And I believe that probably even less have a plan that's written. When you have something that's written down, it makes it tangible. It makes it real. It puts it in a place where the Bible speaks and says, hey, write the vision and make it plain. And there's a reason why it has to be written or it should be written. Because we will be easily distracted by social media, by things of the world. The world is a master at distracting us. So if you don't have something that can be your vision, something that can speak to you, something that can remind you of the things that you need to be doing to stay on task. If you don't have those things in place, you're likely to miss your mark. You're likely not to get the results that you want. That's the reason why this thing has to be written. If you truly want it, in order for it to be effective, in order for it to be powerful, the first thing, it has to be written. It has to be written. So let me ask you this. Do you think that people who build wealth or have built wealth, have financial freedom, do you think which came first? Do you think the money came first and then a plan? Or do you think the plan came first and then the money? What you think? What you think, guys? You think the money came first and then the plan? Or do you think the plan came first and then the money? You see, I truly believe that They had a plan. Yep, Rosa. Yep, Lala. Yep, the plan. And so many times people talk about, oh, or people think to themselves, oh, when I get some money, I'll go and get a financial advisor. And it's like, you probably won't need one because you really won't ever build up the money that's needed in order to really, really, truly need a financial advisor. Or do you say beforehand, do you say, hey, let me sit down, let me learn more about how wealth principles work, let me sit down and develop a plan so that I'm able to do what? Attract more income. And then I'm able to do what? Save it and manage it well. And then what is the next step? Then I want to be able to take what I save, right? And I want to be able to invest it well. And then after or as I am doing that, I want to make sure that I am protecting it as well. What I just did, guys, I just shared with you the 4 areas that you must have in your financial plan if in fact you want it to be effective, if you want it to be powerful, and if you want it to get the results that you truly want. So if I go back and I say, hey, do you have a financial plan? I want to invite you, before I share the last point with you, I'm going to be doing a master class this month. And if you go to alexbjones.com/plan, you can get the details there, but I can share some of those things with you. I'm going to be walking you through this thing step by step to show you how to develop a financial plan. This is something that we really should be doing right now. And that's the reason why I'm doing it in the month of November, because we want to take this time before the holidays get here, before the new year gets here, definitely, before time gets away from us. This is a time that we should be really sitting down now, reviewing our financial habits, the things that we've done with our money for the past year or the past couple of years, for us to really assess where we are within our finances, and then try to take that information and new information to develop a financial plan and strategy going forward. So the masterclass that's coming up, if you go to alexbjones.com/plan, that's where I'll be talking about that. And let me share with you some of the things we'll be going over, which is I just shared with you the 4 areas that every FIRE financial plan must cover in order for it to be powerful and effective. I just shared with you those four areas, and your plan must have them as well. We're gonna help you gain a thorough understanding of where you are in your finances. We're gonna help you develop financial goals that align with your priorities and values. That's oftentimes why people aren't able to build wealth, because they're using their money in a way that don't align with their values. So we're going to be going through that in the master class. You're going to discover and set financial strategies, tools, and resources that are going to help you earn more, save and manage better, invest your money to meet your goals, and protect your assets from wealth killers. What are some of the wealth killers? We're talking about taxes, inflation, interest expense, and debt. Those things, you must have a plan in place for how you're going to deal with those in your financial life. Once you're done, you're going to have more clarity and confidence around your finances because you have a financial blueprint that shows exactly what you should be doing. You're going to sleep more comfortably. You're going to have less stress, and you're going to have a better, higher quality of life, and you're not going to be as limited with your finances. So that's what creating a financial plan will allow you to be, do, and have. Be more confident, have more clarity, and have a plan in place that's going to help you be able to build the financial independence that you truly want. So I encourage you to take a look at alexbjones.com. The masterclass is coming up here very soon. There is an early bird special right now. So I urge you to get in on this early bird promotion while it's still available. But it's very, very inexpensive compared to what you're going to be able to do once you have your financial plan developed. Okay? So, and finally, number 5, the fifth thing that you absolutely must do, if you want to be able to get to a place of generating more income, is you got to get around people with more money. We got to get around people with more money. There are more than a few reasons why, but obviously the first reason why is when you're around people who have more money, right? Who've been able to build more wealth. That usually mean that they have some experiences, right? Some information and some knowledge that you have yet to experience that can be very helpful to you in your growth, right? So being around people who have already traveled that path. If you are at a place where you may be making 60, 50, 60, or $70,000, someone who's making 6 figures probably have something to share with you about how they were able to do that. Wouldn't you agree? If somebody's making 6 figures and they are now around people who are multiple 6 figures or even millionaires, then chances are those people have something they can share with the person who might be a low 6-figure person, right? So the whole idea is getting around people who have more experience and knowledge. The other thing that it does too, as well, is it becomes a little bit of healthy competition. See, there's nothing wrong with when you see someone who's able to accomplish certain things, because now it gives you the what? It gives you a close-up view, right? That something is now possible for you. See, if you thought that it was impossible for you to generate $100,000 or $200,000, when you've seen somebody else who's already making 6 or 7 or 800,000, it makes you think to yourself, well, man, surely if they are able to do that much, then I'm able to do a little bit more, right? So that person becomes a little bit of a somebody who just says, hey, come on, a little healthy competition. Although you're not really competing with the person, it just gives you more confidence that what it is that you want to accomplish is possible, because now you see live examples of people who are doing it. And so that's the second reason why it's really, really good to be around people who have more than you, right? And thirdly, obviously, it just becomes just a great example, and it lets you know that it's possible and that you can do it too. So there you have it, guys. Those are the elements that I feel are really key and really important to start building more, generating more income, that you really need to learn more about money and understanding the principles around it. The more you understand it, the more you're going to be able to attract it. If you don't study it, if you don't learn how it works, then the likelihood of you being able to attract more of it is highly unlikely, right? If you don't know it, it's hard to attract it. Number 2, you want to be able to change how you think about money. Money is in abundance. There's so much, there's more money in this universe than you can possibly spend. And there's more money in this universe than you can reasonably want. And so we have to change our perspective about money. And we have to start looking at ourselves and speaking to ourselves and to the universe in a way that says, hey, I am worthy of having more money. I'm worthy of having it because I deserve it. I know how to handle it well. I know how to use it in a way that it brings more impact, more change, more joy. I have the ability to do that and do that well. When you speak that way about money, money begins to be attracted to you. Third, you want to get in the flow. You want to get in the flow, meaning you want to be able to start to situate and position yourself in places, in areas where you can deliver more value to people. The more value you're able to deliver, and the more you're able to get in the flow, the way people think, the way they feel, where they are positioned physically, online, in their mind, how they think, the more you're able to be a part of the conversation that they're having, and the better you're able to deliver value to them to make their life even better. And for that, energy, money will start flowing to you. That's number three. Number four, you want to be able to create a financial plan. If you do not have one, your ability to have financial freedom and independence is going to be severely limited, and it is highly unlikely that you'll be able to build wealth. Plan comes before the paper. Head, paper, hand. You got to get it in your head. You got to put it on paper, and then you can start seeing it in your hand. And then number five, get around people who have more money. They start to show you and share with you, number one, this is possible for you. You can do it. Number two, they begin to share with you their experiences and their knowledge to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. All right, guys, take a look at that link, alexbjones.com/plan. Join the masterclass, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to build a powerful, effective financial plan that's easy to manage and is going to help you stay on your financial track. alexbjones.com/plan. Go check it out. All right. Take care. God bless. We'll see you for day number 3 on tomorrow for the Fire Financial Challenge. All right. Take care.